Hello and welcome to another update video about oil. Let's take a look at Brent crude oil first and let's adjust the micro count here. Looking at the bigger picture, nothing has changed. However, oil had, after it rallied a little bit, end of November, it faced a strong setback, and this move overall looks quite corrective. So we still haven't got a very clear view or understanding if this larger first wave within the third wave has started or not. So let's take a look at the two different possibilities. The main scenario, even though that's obviously getting challenged now with that deeper pullback here, the main scenario is still that oil is turning around here in this yellow support area, or at least before invalidating the beginning of the wave one, because that would then point to a different scenario. Obviously, we have the difference between support and invalidation. We know that below the 78.6 retrace, which is here at $76.12, a sustained break below that will likely lead to an invalidation of this 1-2 setup, which could then lead to a third wave. But if we get invalidation, then this wave two, this larger wave two, which presumably bottomed earlier this year, would then get a retest lower. But first of all, let's talk about the short-term bullish scenario. Now, for the short-term bullish scenario, which assumes that a wave two bottomed here on the 16th of November, we need to understand that in this scenario, the price must hold the $76.60 level. Okay, let me change the wave degree of these subwaves here. And all that happened was obviously a potential impulse to the upside. And then we said possibly this was the wave two, and we could be running in a third wave. Now, that was not long enough for a third wave, and the price broke below micro support. So all I can do at the moment to keep this scenario alive is to track basically that key level that I just mentioned at $76.60. It could be a so-called running flat, in which this was a wave one to the upside. Let me actually change the color to white. Might see it a little bit better. A wave one to the upside, and then an A wave down. That was a three-wave move, an overshooting B wave, and now possibly the C wave down. That's a possibility. And again, it has space, a little bit more space, all the way down to $76.60. So, but it should really ideally turn around next week, or we will likely extend this to the downside. And that could mean we go down quite substantially lower. However, at the moment, it looks, it looks okay. Yes, this is a corrective mess, but we haven't invalidated this direct move to the upside. So just be aware of that. We're still sort of in the same scenario. From a bullish point of view, the breakout was simply delayed. But of course, you can see the bulls have difficulties to push higher. Therefore, we also should talk about, okay, what would be a bearish alternative? And that obviously I talked about it would be a reset of this wave two lower. This top would be a B wave top, instead of a wave one. So assuming we had a corrective move to the upside, and that we're now coming down in a 5-wave move. So let's just change that back to yellow actually, and then I will show you in white the bearish wave count and where that could be heading. It will be the same for WTI. In this scenario, the move down started with a wave one. So we talk about this top in September. I will change the color in a minute. Then we had a wave two to the upside, which was an ABC structure. The move down is likely still unfolding as a third wave, and we should get a 4 and a 5. Now let me change that to white, different wave degree, and now let's zoom in. But yeah, that would basically be a reset. A, B, C. Now let's try to understand the subdivisions, okay, of this move to the downside. So in this structure, I would argue this move down here that bottomed in October was a wave one, had a wave two corrective rally. Then the low was probably, let me see, wave three. I think that's even unfolding. Let's just double check that. So there's much more room to the downside if we break below that key level that I mentioned. 1, 2, and then just to give you an idea, we take a look at fib levels in a minute, but then this would probably be a 1, 2, 3. This could be a flat in a wave 4, and then a wave 5 down. It's a bit exotic what happened here, but that is a valid count, yeah, with an A wave up, overshooting B wave to the downside, and then the C wave up, or actually it's a WXY probably, or AB, C, and then probably with, yeah, and then, okay, WXY it would be. So it's a very messy structure, to be honest, but valid. So anyway, that would be, that wave count could give us some guidance where this third wave should land. And that would be by taking the fib levels. So wave 1 to the downside, wave 2 to the upside. So the way we would normally take a look at this would say, okay, this third wave here, main third wave, should actually take us 4, 5 to around about $74, $75, but it looks like we need some more extensions to the downside. So the next extension level down would be, just simply because with all these subwaves, yeah, already this circle wave 3 is likely going to hit $74. Then we get a 4 and a 5 that might then hit 73, 70. Then we should still get another 4 and 5, so the mid 60s possibly, okay? I just wanted to show you the bearish count as well. It's hard to say which one it is because the yellow one is getting definitely challenged, but we have definitely a key level to watch there. And below 76.60, I think the white count will get much more likely. I will keep you updated about that. Let's take a look at WTI. The situation here is pretty much unchanged as well. Just that also this wave 2 got a bit of a reset. But yeah, no, wave 1 and then a flat structure in wave 2. Here the key level is the $72.30 level that needs to hold, and then we can also follow the pathway higher. In terms of bearish count, it's the same thing as on the Brent chart. So from a bearish point of view, also here, wave 1 to the downside, wave 2 to the upside, the 3 is still unfolding, 4, 5. And then here another 1, 2. Yeah, 3, 4, 5 also still in the making. But again, that will only become more likely with a break below 72.30. And then also here a small 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Even though it can be counted a little better on the Brent chart. But if we then talk about also, you know, Fibonacci extension targets to the downside for the main third wave there. So yeah, we talk about probably $70.26 next, then $68.50 and $66.30. And then we still have one more low to go here. So yeah, again, you know, I don't want to predict which one it is going to be, but at the moment, as long as support is holding, I'm still leaning towards the yellow count, yeah? Okay, that's my update about oil. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, if you're interested in daily updates about stocks and the S&P 500, then check out our stocks and S&P 500 service. You can find the link for those in the video description. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.